everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to the September in and out. I had to pause for a second and think, what month is this? Because it blows my mind that it's October, but that is another thing to talk about. But if you have not seen one of these videos, what this is a video in which I tell you everything that I hauled for the month and everything I'm unhauling. I also had the goal at the beginning of the year to reduce my physical TBR by 100 books. And so I'm really trying to make progress on that goal. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but this month I'm hauling 6 and unhauling 10. Plus I read more off my shelf and I've read some of these hauls. So overall I went down 14 books. So I started January 1st at 293 books. And now I'm at 262 on my physical unread shelf. So, I'm not there. I'm 31 down. I have 2 months to get the other almost 70, but I'm making progress. I had a lot of months in the middle there where I hauled a lot more than I unhauled or read. So let's just get into the haul. So first, I'm going to start with the books I'm hauling. So I have The Orphan House by Ann Bennett, and I was so graciously sent this by Forever Publishing. This sounds so good. So this is dual timeline, 1930 something, and then present day. In the 30s, there is this woman, her name is Connie. She lives in an orphanage, I believe, that her father runs. And so then her dad brings in this baby and she recognizes the baby. I don't know why or how or what. And now it's present day and it's somebody else going to her father's house because he was a baby that was abandoned at this orphanage. However, now present day, Connie is the only one from that orphanage still alive. So the women are connected somehow. I love dual timeline, dual perspective, 2 women finding out orphanage. Sounds like it checks a lot of boxes. Really can't wait to read this. Next is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. So this one sounds so intriguing. So this is a domestic thriller about a couple, and the inside says 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they'll never forget. So they've been keeping secrets from each other, and they go on this trip to Scotland, and one of them is lying about how they got there, and I don't know, there's not great intentions from one of them, I think. The husband also has, face blindness, so he doesn't recognize anyone. And obviously, as a wife, that would be hard to I feel like women, or at least me, maybe not women, or really all people, I don't know. But I feel like for sure me, I want to feel seen by my spouse, both literally and figuratively. And so with the facial blindness, it says Amelia is sick of feeling unseen, and that makes sense. So something sinister is going on here. I love domestic thrillers. Cannot wait to try this. The other kind of thriller that I love most is another domestic thriller, and that's The Neighbor's Secret. So this one is more of a moms in a book club. There's some sinister things, again, some secrets. I don't know what's going on. And the last line says, they might argue about the books, but the women of Cottonwood Book Club agree on what's most important, protecting their children at all costs, even if it means someone has to die. Yikes. So this looks really good. Next is The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan. So this one, I'm not sure. This one went around a while ago. It is a tiny little guy. And this is about a man who collected a ton of things. And then now he has died. And this woman is going, she's tasked with kind of giving all of his things back to their rightful owners. That was kind of his death wish. And so, sounds really cute. I know there's some magical realism. I'm not sure if I'm going to love this one, but I'm excited to try because this cover is just so pretty and it's so tiny. I think it'll be great. The last 2 that I'm hauling, I have read. And so one of them is The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I loved this. If you are wanting kind of an angsty, hard-hitting YA that is so much more than just a romance, but there is a romance involved, I would say this is definitely one to read. So this is about a girl who was a girl and a boy who were in a foster system, and they were together, and it was a really not great situation, and he always protected her. And then they kind of got placed elsewhere. They lost touch. Now it's many years later. They're in high school, and she decides to finally go to public school after being homeschooled, and lo and behold, Ryder, the guy, is in the school, and they kind of fall back into that pattern of she is nicknamed Mouse, and he is her her protector, and yet he has a girlfriend. He's kind of into some other stuff that's not so great. However, he's still this really good guy that just is kind of like looking out for everyone. So this one was really good. Definitely bring some tissues because there are some hard-hitting moments, but really, really good. Then the last one that I'm hauling for the month is also the start of the Unhauls. This is Wildfire by Carrie Mack. This book had me like wanting more, and this is about best friends that go on this like camping expedition backpacking situation, and we know in the beginning that one of them is severely hurt, and then we kind of backtrack into their friendship and all these kind of things that are very like meandery and very almost felt stream of consciousness, that like this made me want a YA survivalist story, and that's what this is trying to be. But for me, this just was not the best execution, so this one is gonna go. Next in the Unhauls is A Real Prince by Debbie McComber. So this one has, let's see, The Bachelor Prince and Yesterday's Hero, I think. First of all, let me know your thoughts, because I really don't like these mass market bind-ups. I know Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, I know she loves these. I just don't. I don't know why. I like to have single books in an issue, so these bind-ups, I really have to like the stories to keep them. But both of these stories were cute. They were just like 3 stars. Probably won't read it again. So we'll let it go. Another Debbie, Together Again. This is The Trouble with Cassie and Reflections of Yesterday. And you guys, I didn't like either of these stories. This one is not just like, okay, these are like 2-star books for me. These are definitely some of her older ones, and I'm just not into it. So letting those go. Next is The Click by Lacey Harrison. So this one is the start of like a 20-something book series, I think. And this is very like Gossip Girl, Mean Girls, just like teen tween girls being cruel to each other. And there wasn't enough like character arc to make me want to continue, and some of the moments, especially as a mom of girls, like these are already my fears, and I just don't need to read this, guys. I don't need to read it. It's also pretty problematic because it is I don't know, 2000, early 2000s, but on the back it says age 12 and up, and I would not be cool with that. So I don't know, take it for what it is. Next is The Finishing School by Gail Godwin. So this one is about this girl who, her and her mom and brother or sister move in with her aunt because her dad has died, and she makes friends with this like older, middle-aged brother and sister, and they meet at the pond area, and that is like their finishing school. She teaches her like the hard knocks of life, and this one was okay. It just wasn't great. And the ending was silly. It was just okay. So letting that one go. Next is See Me by Nicholas Sparks. So this one is like, I have to like lift weights to get used to this one, but this one was just boring. It was so boring. I got it on audiobook and ended up bumping it up to like 3 times speed, which I never do unless it's like bad. And this was bad. So this is about a bad boy and a lawyer. The woman is a lawyer. She's from an immigrant family. She, like, her character was really hard. Like, she was supposed to be this tough, like, take no prisoners kind of lady, and yet she was very timid and meek. And the guy is just kind of a bad boy. He's really into MMA fighting and that kind of stuff, and it just wasn't good. It, like, she is being kind of harassed by somebody, and he of course is trying to protect her but puts himself on the line. I don't know, I wasn't into this one. But I also have kind of like grown out of my taste for Nicholas Sparks, so if you really like him, maybe give this one a shot. Wasn't for me. Next is Lost in the Forest by Sue Miller, and truthfully, I don't remember like anything about this book. I know it's about a family. It was super depressing, and it was like just a lot of the inner relationships and their relationships to other people, but like very oddly sexual. Like, it just wasn't good, you guys. It wasn't good. Next is Velva Jean Learns to Drive by Jennifer Niven, and I DNF this one. So I can't really say a whole lot about what it's about, except it's a Southern story about a young girl coming of age. I just thought it was really dull and boring, and I didn't care for our main character, so I DNF'd it. Next is Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting, and this one might come as a surprise to some people. However, I think this might be my first Helena Hunting, and I was warned that she is pretty steamy. And for this, like, I thought it was an okay story. So this is about a main character, I can't even remember her name, Lila, and a hockey player, and they like have a history, but now they're back together, and I just remember it was a lot of steam, and I really liked our main character, but like their romance, I didn't really love it, and so I'm just gonna let this go because I know a lot of people really like her. Two more. Next is Sky Falling by Mia McKenzie. So this one is a new release that I was really excited for. So this is about this woman who, when she was young, she donated her eggs because her friend couldn't have babies for whatever reason. She needed some donor eggs. And so she donated her eggs, and now it's many years later, and a teenage girl comes to her saying, hey, I am your donor egg. And our main character, Sky, she is just painful, you guys. She is so immature. She speaks in slang. There's a lot of good, like, and relevant topics, but I was so distracted by Sky that I really didn't like this book. And lastly is Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand. So this one is about a woman who goes to Nantucket to stay with her friend because her husband is accused of like this money laundering scheme, and she's kind of wrapped up in it. And so she goes to get away. There's a romance. I love Ellen Hildebrand usually, but this one is not good. So that is everything. So that is all of my hauls and unhauls. Like I said, I'm making some progress towards my goal. I've got 69 left in the next 2 months. So I don't think I'm going to make it, but maybe I'll get close. So let me know if you've read any of these books, and we'll see you in the next one.